Hello, and thank you for watching this webinar on the Child Development Associate Credential Certificate and the MNCDA and MNIT-CDA Learning Community Overview, brought to you by Child Care Aware of Minnesota. The Child Development Associate Credential, or CDA, is an early childhood credential that is administered by the Council for Professional Recognition in Washington, D.C. The Council defines the CDA as the most widely recognized credential in early childhood education, ECE, and is a key stepping stone on the path of career advancement. The CDA is based on a core set of competency standards which guide early care and learning professionals as they work toward becoming qualified teachers of young children. These professionals have the knowledge of how to put the CDA competency standards into practice and the understanding of how the standards help children move with success from one developmental stage to another. The CDA is recognized in all 50 states, and in Minnesota, having a current CDA makes you assistant teacher qualified and pretty close to lead teacher qualified in child care centers licensed through the Minnesota Department of Human Services. There are 3 CDA credential types that focus on practitioners working directly with children in child care programs. They are center-based infant-toddler, center-based preschool, and family child care. The Council also administers a CDA for home visitors who focus on working with families of children ages 0 to 5. I will cover details on the 3 CDAs that focus on working directly with children. If you are interested in the Home Visitor CDA, please visit the Council website for more information. There is the option to have a bilingual or monolingual specialization for your CDA. The bilingual specialization is for candidates working in bilingual programs. The monolingual specialization is for candidates who are working in programs in which a language other than English is spoken. If you wish to apply for monolingual specialization, you must contact the Council to make arrangements. Here we can see the steps to earn the CDA credential laid out. At any point before you apply for your CDA, you must complete the 120 hours of education requirement. Within the 3-year period prior to applying for your CDA, you must complete the 480 hours of work or volunteer experience requirement. And within 6 months before applying, you need to complete a professional portfolio. Once you have these 3 completed, then you will be just about ready to apply for your CDA. It is after you apply for your CDA that the Council will give you notice to move forward with completing your CDA verification visit and exam. So you actually complete those last 2 pieces after you've applied to the Council for your credential. Let's get into these steps in a little more detail. The education requirement for the CDA should be completed any time before you apply. You need a minimum of 10 clock hours in each of the 8 CDA subject areas, plus an additional 40 hours, which can come from any of the subject areas. The CDA subject areas articulate to the Minnesota Knowledge and Competency Framework, and when you register for Training and Develop, you can see both areas listed under the course info. If you have a profile or membership on the Develop website, then you also have a CDA learning record where training credit from Develop-approved training sponsors can be recorded. Your local professional development advisor can help you take a look at your learning record to see how many hours of training you would need to earn a CDA. The MNCDA or MNIT-CDA might be a good fit for you, and your PDA can help you determine that. College credits may be counted as well as professional development clock hours. It's important to note that the Council does not accept repeated classes, conferences, or training taken through independent trainers or consultants. The training and education you complete must be specific and relevant to the age group and setting that you're applying for. To apply for a CDA, you also need 480 hours of work or volunteer experience in the setting and age group that matches the credential you'll apply for. For example, if you plan to apply for the preschool center-based CDA, then you will need 480 hours of experience in a state-approved Child Development Center classroom with children ages 3 to 5 years old. Your work or volunteer experience must take place within the 3-year period leading up to your CDA application. There is one textbook that is required for the CDA, and that is the CDA Competency Standards textbook. It can be purchased on the Council's website for $25. You should select the textbook that matches the credential you're applying for. The book is available in English and Spanish. All instructions and requirements of the CDA can be found in this book, along with portfolio cover sheets, the comprehensive scoring instrument, and practice exam questions. If you enroll in an MNCDA or MNIT CDA learning community through Child Care Aware of Minnesota, the Competency Standards textbook is included in your registration. There are several other textbooks out there, including the CDA Essentials Workbook and CDA Prep Guide. These help prepare you for the exam and putting together your portfolio. Within the 6-month period prior to applying for your CDA, you should put together your professional portfolio. The portfolio must include the following contents: training and education documentation, resource collection, 6 reflective statements of competence, family questionnaires, professional philosophy statement, and cover sheets. All of the details on how to create and assemble your portfolio are listed in the CDA Competency Standards textbook. You must create your own portfolio, and all items must be written in your own words. Before you apply for your CDA, you must verbally set a date with a professional development specialist who agrees to conduct your verification visit, which is an observation. The PDS must be endorsed in the credential type that matches yours, as well as any language endorsement you are applying for. PD specialists are independent contractors trained by the Council. The Council indicates that there are a few ways to find a PDS. You can ask someone you know who is already a PD specialist with the right endorsement. You can ask an early childhood professional in your community to become a PDS, or you can visit the Council website to find a PD specialist and send requests through their directory. If you're having any difficulty, you can contact Child Care Aware of Minnesota or the Council at 1-800-424-4310. PD specialists should reply to your inquiry within 48 hours, so if you don't hear back, move on to someone else. Before confirming a PD specialist or asking someone you know to apply, refer to the Competency Standards textbook for eligibility information and conflicts of interest. You'll need to get the PD specialist's identification number in order to complete and submit your CDA credential application. The Council will assist candidates who have contacted at least 10 PD specialists with matching endorsements. So please do reach out to them if you have exhausted your options and been unable to schedule your visit. This slide features information on the eligibility requirements to become a PD specialist. There are 4 eligibility categories, including technology, education, experience, and personal. Please refer to the Council website for information on eligibility, conflicts of interest, and how to apply. If you or someone you know meets the eligibility requirements, please encourage them to apply with the Council. Once you have completed your training, experience, portfolio, and found a PD specialist to work with you, then you are ready to apply for your credential. To save time, as well as $75, complete your CDA application online on the Council website. The online application allows you to save your work and continue later if needed. You can also communicate with the Council and receive updates on where you are in the credentialing process. If you prefer to apply by mail, a CDA application is located at the back of the CDA Competency Standards textbook. There are a few sections to the application. Please read through them carefully and complete each section. On this slide, you'll see the different sections of the credential application. You'll need to fill in your basic information, the credential type you're applying for, any language specialization, the language you'd like to take your exam in, payment info, education and eligibility requirements, as well as the name and ID number of the PD specialist who has agreed to complete your verification visit. The Director's Permission section requires a signature giving permission for the verification visit to be conducted at your program. There are webinar tutorials available on the Council website with instructions on how to create an account and how to submit your application. If the Council has the correct email address for you on file, then you will receive a Ready to Schedule notice once your CDA application is reviewed and approved by the Council. The notice will tell you to schedule and complete your CDA verification visit with a PD specialist and CDA exam before the deadline, which is typically 6 months from application. To ensure that you are ready for the verification visit, be sure that you are clear on what the PD specialist will be looking for. To be ready, review the self-study in your Competency Standards textbook and rate yourself on each item in the comprehensive scoring instrument. Take special care to not write in or tear out the scoring instrument. The PD specialist will use this during your visit. Also make sure to bring your portfolio and your Competency Standards textbook with you to your verification visit. On the day of the verification visit, the PD specialist completes the tasks of reviewing the contents of your CDA portfolio, observing you leading program activities with children for 2 hours, and meeting with you for a reflective dialogue in which you will discuss your areas of strength and/or growth. A PD specialist is given an honorarium of $100 per verification visit paid by the Council. The Council explains that a CDA candidate's 120 hours of education and 480 hours of work experience should prepare them for the CDA exam. There are additional ways to prepare for it as well. The CDA Council created the CDA Essentials book and workbook to assist candidates in studying for the exam. You can also complete the CDA exam questions in your Competency Standards textbook. When you are ready to schedule, go to the Pearson VUE website to create an account and find the closest testing center to you. When creating your account, you will need your candidate ID number from your Ready to Schedule notice that you received from the Council. If you have a documented disability, submit a Special Accommodations Request form to the Council, which is also found on the Pearson VUE website. If you would like to complete the exam in a language other than English or Spanish, you will need to make special arrangements with the Council ahead of time. Please refer to them for additional information on what steps to complete. You should arrive at least 15 minutes early on the day of your exam. If you arrive late, you might not be able to complete the exam and fees may apply. The exam has 65 multiple choice questions, including 5 that have a photo and a brief classroom scenario. The MNCDA and MNIT-CDA are 2 of the CDA learning communities coordinated through the Childcare Aware of Minnesota network. They are coordinated face-to-face by our district offices and online through Eager to Learn. The learning communities include 120 hours of training facilitated by 2 to 3 Achieve-approved trainers. The portfolio pieces are embedded throughout the curriculum as required homework assignments. There is also a learning community coordinator assigned to the group who will review your portfolio work and provide feedback. You'll also receive guidance on the other steps to apply and earn your CDA. If you'd like to get registered for a learning community, contact your local PDA for face-to-face options or contact Eager to Learn for online. The district offices keep a wait list of people who are interested in joining. Learning communities can be scheduled in English, Spanish, Somali, or Hmong. If you're not sure who your PDA is, ask your director or head to the Childcare Aware of Minnesota website to locate them by county. The CDA credential expires after 3 years. In order to renew, you'll need to complete 45 additional hours of training in any of the CDA subject areas. 6 months prior to the CDA application, make sure you have a membership in an early childhood education organization, have your training reviewed by your PDA and get a verification letter, and work with an ECE reviewer who can confirm that you have continued to work with children in your credential setting and age group. Be sure to visit the Council's website for a full list of all requirements. There are fees associated with earning the CDA, most of which may qualify for a CDA award. CDA awards help pay for the required training, application, and renewal of the nationally recognized Child Development Associate credential. Applications are accepted at any time, and awards are distributed on a quarterly basis. The CDA application fee scholarship is for anyone who has not yet applied to the Council for their initial CDA or renewal. This award is paid directly to the Council to cover a portion of the application fee. The CDA application fee and training reimbursement is for anyone who has received a new CDA certificate within 1 year of the first day of the application round. Reimbursement is paid directly to the awardee. The portion of the application fee paid by the awardee will be reimbursed. Training costs are reimbursed at the rate of $5 per hour up to a maximum of $600 for an initial CDA and $225 for a renewal. Training that is more than 5 years old cannot be reimbursed. Applicants are limited to receiving funding for 1 initial and 1 renewal CDA. There is also a stipend of $300 that PD specialists can apply for if they complete a verification visit for a CDA recipient who has received a CDA award or completed an MNCDA or MNIT CDA learning community. Additional information on these opportunities can be found on our website. You might decide that instead of renewing or even pursuing your CDA credential, you'd like to work toward a degree at a higher education institute. That is also an excellent route to take. You can contact your professional development advisor to find a college program that fits your needs. If you pursue higher ed, you can also apply for a Teach Scholarship, which provides funding to take credits toward an associate or bachelor's degree in child development or early childhood education at an accredited Minnesota college or university. Teach covers the cost of 85% of tuition and books for up to 18 credits per year. Check out our website for more information. If you have a current CDA, it can articulate to college credit at 2-year colleges in the state. Typically, you can earn between 3 to 6 college credits. By showing your CDA credential and having your portfolio reviewed, you may test out of 1 or 2 intro-level courses at an early childhood education program. Be sure to confirm this ahead of time with any college that you're looking at attending. If you have questions about any of the information presented in this webinar, please contact me at the email address or phone number on the screen. I will be happy to answer questions or route you to the appropriate person. Thank you.